I'm Jason Bond at the Beacon Hill Hotel and Bistro in Boston, around 25 Charles Street. Been here since 2000, 9 years now. Today we're going to make a Cavatelli pasta, bit of a pasta dumpling. You see it in southern Italy all the time, Puglia especially, Sicily sometimes. We got farm eggs. We use a couple different types of flour. Durham flour, which is a hard flour, gives strength to the pasta, and an Italian soft 00 flour, soft wheat, gives suppleness and elasticity. We make a mix. We make it by hand, just like everything else here at the restaurant. Now, traditional pasta you make by hand. You have your mix of flours. Not everybody uses a mix. But we use two separate types, a soft flour and a hard flour. Your eggs go in the center. You get it started just like this. You just work in a little bit at a time. Clear away the excess. Okay. At this point, it's just like kneading bread. Very easy. I see a lot of recipes that use semolina flour. The Durham we use, same thing, except it's finer ground. Semolina is a coarse flour. And when I learned pasta from Sicilians, they would use straight semolina, and they would knead it for an hour. I don't have that time, so we use a finer ground Durham flour. Gives the same effect, gives some strength to the pasta, a little bite. It absorbs the egg much more quickly. That's about it. It's a nice yellow pasta. It's from the good eggs, good flour. That's it. Simple, very fast. So our fresh pasta dough, we're going to make cavatelli with this. Very easy. So we just made the dough with our nice eggs and flours. Now after this, we'll just cut little bits off the dough. Roll it out. Make a nice little tube. If you make gnocchi at home, it's a lot like making gnocchi. Make a little tube just like this, a little snake. Then after you roll out your little pasta tube, I would cut them into about 1/2-inch pieces. And we use a gnocchi board also. You take your little tiny pieces of pasta. That's all we do. Sometimes people use a fork. The ridges are bigger. You can also do that. You can find these all over the place. Any hardware store in the North End, any food supply shop will have these things. A lot of grocery stores even have these little things. So we prepared everything here. The way we serve it at the restaurant, we'll make our cavatelli. We'll braise our chicken, or you do at home, whatever you like to serve it with. We'll give you the recipe for this. We use Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprout leaves we'll add right at the end as a fresh little green, and we'll shave fresh Parmigiano over the top of that. And the bacon too, we even cut the bacon up into a brunoise, a really fine cut, and render that ahead of time. So everything's ready when you actually have to cook dinner for your party. It's an easy, fast process. So the cavatelli, we bring water to a boil. Always salt it, not too much. It should taste almost like the ocean. Cavatelli is such a heavy pasta. This can take the entire 15 minutes it takes to prepare the dish. It can just stay in the water and it'll be perfect. The first thing we do, we render the bacon, then we add the bacon fat back to the pan. Then we'll add cut Brussels sprouts, cut side down. We'll get a nice roasting on these. And the roasted flavor is what's really delicious. So a nice dark roast on the Brussels sprouts. We'll add our bacon back in. Our braised chicken, some of the jus that came with it. And then I'll add enough of the chicken braising jus just to make a nice sauce. We'll take the Cavatelli out. They've about tripled in size since they were fresh. So you can see how that little thing of pasta will feed a lot of people easily. So add this in. Let that cook in the sauce for a few minutes so the sauce goes into the pasta and flavors it. Your little Brussels sprout leaves that fall off at the end. We'll add those just as a fresh green, like you might add fresh herbs, say. And we'll add fresh herbs too. Chives or parsley or sage or whatever you have around, whatever you like. And your sauce is about halfway up, and that's about done. That's it. Shave fresh Parmigiano over the top. And we like, just for a little crunch, we toast breadcrumbs in olive oil. We sprinkle some of that on top also. And there's your dish, Cavatelli. We use chicken, you use whatever you'd like.